Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being a viewer. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. My goal is to help you make sense of all the craziness that's going on in the world right now. Just when you think you've seen everything, we get this announcement from the president where the president stops short of vetoing this stimulus package and the spending bill, but the president points out a lot of loopholes in the bill. Now keep in mind, when you have a $2.4 trillion bill, you're going to have a little bit of pork in there. You're probably going to have a lot of pork. That's number one. Number two, the way the government works is there's always some element of waste. There is no such thing as perfection. I believe perfection is the enemy of progress. Now, what the president has done is essentially put his own negotiator, the US Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin, in a difficult position because, get this, Steven Mnuchin held over 190 phone calls. Yes, Steven Mnuchin held over 190 phone calls with leaders from both sides, with Nancy Pelosi, with House Speaker Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, and with the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and the House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy. By the way, keep in mind that these two individuals, Mitch McConnell and Kevin McCarthy, we haven't heard from them since this bombshell video from the president yesterday. So it'll be interesting to see what they say. They're silent right now. They're probably scratching their heads and figuring things out. In fact, I'm pretty sure last night Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell was, I don't know, I think of him as a brandy drinker, to be honest. I'm a vodka guy. I can imagine Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell having, some brandy and then kind of scratching his head and looking deep into space. And Kevin McCarthy, he's an interesting character. I imagine him, I don't know, smoking a cigar and then screaming into his pillow. That's what I imagine Kevin McCarthy doing. But we're gonna wait to hear from them. But here's a really unfortunate part, everybody. This is not a joke. Lives are at stake. This is a very, very serious matter. And I'm just sad. I'm just disappointed that we would have so much drama heading into Christmas just when we thought we had some resolution. Now, keep in mind, I ran a poll on our channel, and 50% of those who participated in the poll, which by the way is thousands of our fellow Americans. I appreciate you. 50% of those who 50% of those who participated in the poll said that they were happy. They thought that this $900 billion stimulus was great. Approximately 25% said it was okay, and 25% said it was terrible because it's not possible to please everyone. That's fine. I get that. So people were really looking forward to this. I mean, I can speak for our community. 3 out of 4 members of our community were like, yeah, this is good or this is okay. We'll take it. Because for us, it's about putting food on the table. It's about paying rent. It's about keeping the lights on. But now, like I said, the president did not say that he would veto it. He stopped short of vetoing it. Now the whole thing is in danger. At the time I'm recording this video, the president has not signed it. We haven't seen an announcement from the president. But I wouldn't be surprised if a tweet comes out that again changes everything. So all of this is highly stressful, is not ideal. I'm going to give you folks some specifics, and my goal with this video is to try and help you make sense of all this and give you the latest news that is emerging from the administration. And I'll let you know as soon as more news emerges. But here's the problem. On Monday, next Monday, the government shuts down unless President Trump signs a bill. So that's the first problem. The second is all the unemployment programs, the PUA program, the PEUC program, and many other federal benefits expire this weekend. Such a painful, such a horrible situation for millions of our fellow Americans, and this is a major issue. I'm not exactly clear what the president's political agenda is, because what the president has done with this move, with this video, I call it stimulus checkmate, because what he has done is given House Speaker Pelosi a leg up, if you will. In fact, House Speaker Pelosi basically said, "Yo, let's do the stimulus. Let's do it." In fact, they're going to the Democrats in the House are going to hold a session tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. to vote on this. So this is essentially handed a huge political gift to House Speaker Pelosi. I hope she sends President Trump a big Christmas present. Maybe she'll show up at the White House. They'll take selfies together. House Speaker Pelosi will be eating ice cream, and President Trump will probably be eating a hamburger. And they'll take pictures with each other, and we'll probably see them high-fiving each other as well without masks. That was a joke. for some. So guys, look, this is a bizarre situation. This is an unfortunate situation, and I don't think we should have been here. I honestly don't think we should have been here. I think that President Trump's through a spokesperson did indicate that he was ready to sign it, because there was a spokesperson. President Trump's spokesperson did indicate that the president was ready to sign this stimulus bill. So here's a statement on your screen from Ben Williamson, who's a senior communications director at the White House, and he's a deputy assistant to the president. So this was a comment from Ben Williamson. President Trump has pushed hard for months to send Americans badly needed financial help. We look forward to Congress sending a bill to his desk imminently for signature. So, that, by the way, was from 3 days ago. Guess what? In this political climate, what happens 3 days ago? It's almost like it never happened. It's an alternate reality, it's an alternate universe that some individuals live in. We saw all the kumbaya moments from the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, from House Speaker Pelosi. We saw, all this camaraderie, and we saw the usual speeches from individuals like Rand Paul who were not in favor of the bill. That's fine. Everyone, look, we engage in a healthy debate. That's the way we are as a country. That's what our founding fathers had in mind. That's okay. That's how the Constitution was written. But the problem now is, with what President Trump has done now, it creates what is essentially a very, very, very challenging situation for millions of our fellow Americans who are relying on unemployment. It creates a challenging situation for millions of our fellow Americans who face eviction. It creates an unbelievable possibility of a government shutdown in the middle of a pandemic. It now provides a political talking point to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. On your screen, you'll see a statement from Speaker Pelosi on the unanimous consent request to increase economic impact payments. Basically, Speaker Pelosi saying, yup, let's do it. Let's pass the $2,000 stimulus check payment. And now, this puts a significant amount of pressure on the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. I think that the only outcome of this situation is that the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell caves, and the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says, yep, let's do the $2,000 stimulus checks. It's either that or gosh, I don't know, to be completely honest. This is an unbelievable situation. I also believe that this could be a huge setback for the Republicans in the Georgia Senate. But then the other side of the argument is President Trump now comes across as a hero. Politically, he's the champion behind the $2,000 stimulus checks, and therefore his voice becomes even more powerful to his followers. So really, there's two ways to dissect this. But to be honest, I'm not interested in dissecting the political agendas. I'm more concerned about, I'm really unhappy about the fact that millions of our fellow Americans are facing unemployment, the end of unemployment benefits. Millions of our fellow Americans are facing the end of the eviction moratorium. And the government is likely to shut down in the middle of a pandemic. According to Jake Sherman from Politico, and you see Jake's tweet on your screen right now, there's a dark sense that's setting in among lawmakers, aides, and even some of those Trump world insiders, that the entire tantrum. By the way, this word is used by Jake Sherman from Politico, so don't freak out at me. I'm the messenger. That the entire tantrum is because Republicans are abandoning him on the Electoral College vote and acknowledging that his presidency is over. Now, to be honest with you, I actually thought this morning about pulling all my money out of the stock market, because I think the next 2 or 3 weeks are could be insane. But I'm an eternal optimist, and the president has backtracked before. The president has completely changed his position before. He has said something, and then 24 hours later, he has walked it back. I would not be shocked if the president walks back his statement and this thing gets signed today or tomorrow. I would not be shocked. So, what is my message to you, my viewers and subscribers? Hang in there. Congress intended for help to be on the way. I do believe that help will come, and I do believe help will come very soon. I do believe that we'll get through this dark period in our history. We'll get through this unbelievable period, and I do believe that we will be able to breathe easy very soon. I do believe that that this can't continue, and at some point something has to give. I don't think the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and Kevin McCarthy will give. I don't think so. I could be wrong. And you could end up getting $2,000 stimulus checks. And I've mentioned this before on my channel. If that does indeed happen, if there are indeed going to be $2,000 stimulus checks, thanks to this move by President Trump. I've said this before. I would applaud the president for doing that. And to be honest, for me, it's not about the red or the blue. It's about the red, white, and blue. I'm not Democrat. I'm not Republican. I'm American. So I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that we have a breakthrough here. But right now, the political game that's being played is House Speaker Pelosi has seized on this opportunity. We have silence at the moment I'm recording this video from the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and the House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy. And I believe President Trump, after facing significant amount of backlash from other members of the Republican Party, is probably going to find a way out of this and find a way to sign without giving up on his positions, because that's what politicians do. You see what? And by the way, I know President Trump isn't a politician in the true sense of the word, but politics and communications is about perception, not reality. Right now, the perception is that President Trump is pushing for higher stimulus checks. The reality could be that the president is pushing for higher stimulus checks, or there's some other messaging play here. Honestly, as long as it happens, a $2,000 stimulus checks, I'm in favor of that. But I don't think the Republicans will support the president, and that is where things stand right now. And now, also, if the president does not sign the $900 billion package between now and, let's say, the end of the day Friday, the House and the Senate are going to have to make other plans to avert a government shutdown. So there is a significant issue there. The House is set to come back on Monday. They'll be back to override President Trump's anticipated NDAA veto. I haven't covered that on our channel but I can if you want. It has a lot to do with the president wants certain provisions that prevent social media companies from limiting what they do to users on their platform, which has direct implications for the president, among other things. But unfortunately, I don't know if this is a problem with policy, because a lot of the things that the president complained about were drafted by his own administration. I guess you could make the argument that the president himself wasn't aware of those things, but guess what? Every major bill that's passed in Congress has pork. If you guys want a perfect bill, it's not going to happen. There is no such thing as a perfect bill. Doesn't exist. Does not exist. But this bill had more positives than negatives. Look, guys, it's always easy to nitpick and find problems. Okay? Guys, let's not nitpick and find problems. This is not the time for us to be divided. This is the time for us to come together. And as far as President Trump's move is concerned, if President Trump's move does indeed result, again, if the president's move does indeed result in the $2,000 stimulus check, I'm telling you. But, if this results in an unnecessary delay of a few days and the president ends up signing it anyway, there will be damage. There will be damage to those who are the most vulnerable amongst us. There'll be damage to those who need money to pay rent. There'll be damage for those individuals who need to put food on the table. There'll be damage for individuals who want to be able to keep the lights on, because there was more of a delay in getting the money to them, which is not right. Individuals in travel, leisure, entertainment, and hospitality have been significantly impacted. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and we'll provide you with a link to all of our resources in the description section below. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. I appreciate you being a viewer. I appreciate you being a subscriber. If you don't know anything about me, please check out my video. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. And if you want to get on our SMS alerts list, just get your cell phone out, send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time to 70,000. That's 70000. You'll get added to our SMS alerts list moving forward. Now, keep in mind that when you get on our SMS alerts list, you'll get important news, you'll get breaking news, and you'll get announcements about any future training programs on investment and how to grow your money. You'll get information about those types of training programs if you're interested. You can opt out of the SMS alerts at any point in time that you want. Now, if you want, you can also get added to our email list. Simply go to ignitiontime.com/alerts. That's ignitiontime.com/alerts, and then you'll get added to our email list going forward. You can opt out of the SMSs or the emails at any point in time. Now, the Ignition Time channel is about the country. it's about the economy, and it's about your money. Our goal is to help you overcome the cycle of poverty. Here's the cycle of poverty on your screen. This is the thing that holds most of us back, because once you're in a cycle of poverty, it's very hard to break out of that. It's very hard to get to the next level financially. I will help you get to the next level financially because I have lived through the cycle of poverty and now I live the American dream. I want to teach you how to live the American dream. Now, keep in mind that YouTube does not always send out notifications on time. So all I ask you to do is simply bookmark youtube.com/ignition time. That's youtube.com/ignition time. So go ahead and bookmark our channel. This way you can visit the home page of our channel and check out our videos at any point in time that you want. So make sure you do that. Follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is ignition_time. That's ignition_time. So follow us on Instagram and then you'll get exclusive news as an Instagram follower. You can also follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is also ignition_time. That's ignition_time. So make sure you follow us on Twitter for real-time alerts and breaking news on Twitter. Also, please comment below. One of the things I'm personally extremely proud of is our community. Our community is intelligent, it's growing, it's bipartisan, it's respectful. So comment below, engage in a healthy debate with our fellow Americans. I want you to know that for me personally, it's not about the red or the blue, it's about the red, white, and blue. I'm not Democrat, I'm not Republican, I'm American. We are all Americans first. So we need to unite, we need to be able to heal as a country, and we need to be able to move forward. That is what the Ignition Time channel is all about. Please share this video with 2 friends or family members, just 2 friends or family members. That would mean a lot to me. And finally, if you learned something new from this video, please click the like button. Please subscribe. Please enable notifications. Gently ignite that subscribe button because the name of our channel is Ignition Time. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.